How's it going? So, the reason why League of Legends is so addictive is because the game on its surface looks like a game, but fundamentally it's just a slot machine. If you look at kind of research into slot machine, I did a bit of analysis paralysis, and slot machines are actually the most addictive thing um, humans can have. Most of the like gambling revenue is coming from slot machines. So, let's look at League of Legends. Now, you have 5 slots, you are the constant, and then everything else is a variable. Now, we know that most people don't have the skill to carry a game by themselves, so these variables, they're like, in a slot machine, they're like spinning cherries. You need to get certain amount of cherries in a row to win the game, and then you get the dopamine release. You also get the dopamine release from doing well in the game. So effectively speaking, why are you so addictive? Is because you're doing this only... Think of like foundation. Foundation is randomness of the result reinforced by dopamine associated with the win. And the game is just kind of like a layer on top of this system. So, slot machine, League of Legends, there are a lot of different games that have the same principle. So, the foundation appeal to your brain is exactly the same as a slot machine. So this is why you kind of can't stop playing, is because it's basically you're playing basically a slot machine, and you're just not even. I was not even aware of this until I just figured it out today. A bit of a. I knew it was kind of like a casino to some extent, League of Legends, but it's really kind of like, I don't know. Today I had this something clicked in the head, and I just realized, holy moly. I've been playing a slot machine for such a long time now, and I didn't even realize it. Because I was wondering, it was like, why I was so appealed by this system? Because I always thought to myself, nah, there's no way I'm gonna get into gambling ever. But that's because the slot machine is not obvious. It's kind of like covered by the layer of that is the game, and then there is the community that tells you that, hey, get good. And then you can carry every single game, blah blah blah. So then I did the experiment where I literally rolled it as a slot machine. So there you go. Look, I only played games. I would just use Professor. I would look at my team, look at the enemy team, look at the champions that the enemy is picking. Look at my team analysis and then see, okay, are these guys good? Because, in my opinion, you cannot carry the game by yourself. You can only kind of get lucky with the teammates and make sure that the enemy team composition does not counter your champion, so you can make an impact. So I was like, okay, let me roll this theory over, and long story short, it works. You see, I have multiple accounts, all 100% win rate. KDA is good everywhere because I'm a good player. And yet, I struggle to win in bronze, for example. Now, I can climb out of bronze, of course. Well, because, like, I still have to play a lot of games, and I will average, like, 60% win rate. Because of so many random variables that are just randomly occurring that I cannot control. But now I can. The secret is to dodge, basically, and that's it. Now, the problem with this shit is that, unfortunately, I ended up having a lot of negative lobbies where I stopped playing was when one day I had to dodge 63 times, and another day I have a record 92 times I was basically dodging for 7.5 hours, and another day I was dodging for 5.5 hours. And the problem is just the League community is... like, the system is not designed to match players based on because you have to understand there are 5 different positions, and there are multiple ways to play those positions. Because, for example, you can play tank top, you can play bruiser top, you can play sort of like assassin top, you can play ADC top nowadays. Vayne, for example, people play. Quinn is another one. You can play split pusher top. Same goes for mid. Jungle. So although there are 5 positions, there are at least maybe 3 ways to play every position. So you're talking about 15 different positions. And then you also have about 200 different champions. And don't get me started, there's like so many different build paths, and every champion has their own proficiencies and mastery, right? The game is not designed to balance out players that randomly pick shit and then just play it. Because the ELO system was designed for chess players. Where chess is stable, it's exactly the same game all the time. But in League, you have so many different variables. Like, I mean, it's kind of like you take a chess player and put him against another chess player. One player is literally playing chess, but the other guy started playing golf for no reason whatsoever. Because he now swapped between being an ADC, now he's a jungler, and he has no idea what he's doing. And of course he's gonna get smashed. On the flip side, on your team, you have a chess player, but on the enemy team, the top laner is now actually a support. And now he decided, you know what, enough is enough, I'm going to carry myself from the top. So you see, you have a lot of this random shit happening, and people are just smashing champions into each other and hoping that the champion is gonna be good at that point in the game, because they don't really understand the champion and its nuances. So you get this randomness happening, right? And that drives it, and that makes it, effectively speaking, a slot machine. Because every single roll in here is like, it's like again, I'll use this expression, like a loose cannon that you have no idea what's going to happen, and they're just like, you're trying to get a lot of cherries in a row, and then you're just rotating lobbies, and then that's about it. And since you are a constant in this system, right, you can kind of have certain impact over a lot of games, but that impact is like, first of all, you're coin flipping to see who trolls less. If your team trolls less, you win. If your team trolls more, you lose. And then because you are the constant, you have about like 10 to 20% impact on the game. So that's how you get like 70% win rates, or like 55, you know, that way. Because to some extent you are the constant. But again, like, the reason why you're so addicted is not because, the reason why you're playing is not because you're enjoying the game, because it's a slot machine. On the deep level, it's just a slot machine. You literally play. I've been playing slot machine for such a long time now. Like, League to me, in my head now, it clicked, and I'm like, holy shit, it's a slot machine. And slot machines are, as you know, extremely addictive. Extremely. So I'm just saying, don't get caught. Understand what it is. That's why coaching does not work. You can get all the coaching you like. You're still gonna have 55% win rate. So that's about it. I hope it clicks for you too. Because it takes a lot of time, you know, as a game. It can have impact on your life, so I'm just saying that, you know. Just understand fundamentally what you're getting yourself into. And that is, you're getting yourself into a casino with a slot machine, effectively speaking. Okay? So, take care, bye-bye.